This is Rx Presley.
Like, I died last year.
You heard that right. This is the story of Rx Presley, the artist and firefighter whose crazy life led him to death's door, yet who was given a second chance at life. Today, I'm going to walk you through my firsthand account of meeting and interviewing him. But we can't start that yet. First, I need to show you some of his work because I couldn't have done any of this without hearing him as an artist.
Telegram ring like fuck it, ain't gon' pick it up. Asian bitches fighting like squirrels for my nuts. God, feel like God. I don't need your souls, I don't need it. I'm an introvert till someone mentions yay. So bitch, don't talk to me now, let's be on the same page. Woke up, it's 2 a.m., give fuck what day it is. Rockstar life ain't got no rules, I do whatever I feel. Dilated pupils since my last dose. Pop another pill, I don't got no ops, no brothers left. They all dead or in jail.
It was great to be able to sit down with Rx Presley, but this wasn't actually the first time that we've done an interview together. At a concert several months before this, we stood in a staircase and gave a hectic interview.
What's up, everybody? I'm here with Rx Presley. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm excited to be able to share this one with you guys today because his story it's crazy. The level of depth that he can show he received after what happened to him is crazy. But I'm not even gonna keep on yapping about it. It's better that you hear it from himself. So this is gonna be his introduction, kind of how he started making music. And then we're gonna need to listen to this so that you can understand the circumstances it leads him to after this.
Rx, when did you start making music?
Honestly, it was like right a few months into COVID. Like, I always wanted to do the music. I had the software for a couple years and I was just distracting myself with useless stuff, like useless hobbies. I mean, to me, now it feels like it, but like me and Belle wanted to like compete in bodybuilding shows. And so that was a few years and I was like, I didn't actually want to do that. I think it was my excuse to not do like what I was actually passionate about. I went to the gym to listen to music. Like that's mainly why I went. And I always wanted to create my own, so I started making beats after the gyms closed.
Yeah.
We hung on. Like every time a gym was like, okay, we're done, we'd get a new membership somewhere else, UFC 24s, whatever. And I had the time to really just learn the ins and outs of making music and kind of just like removing all the limits on myself and stuff and just making everything that I liked or just whatever I felt. And I went through a couple of different artist names and then this one stuck. So
yeah.
I
think you mentioned I think I remember that from
that I actually I think I did say that in the other interview.
What, I forget if you said any of the other names though.
I don't think I was ready to that time, but it was actually my first artist was Lost Boy Juice, because everybody called me Juice because I was all juiced up.
Yeah.
And then while I was recording as that artist, a line came to my head in a song called Bonnie and Clyde that I made for her. And then the line was Lost Boy Presley rocking and rolling. And I was like, that's actually a better name. And then I realized for longevity, I don't want to be Lost Boy 20 years from now.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not going to be a boy, so RX stuck
Yeah.
for some reason.
Huh. I like it. So you said it was, I meant to ask this earlier, but then I got sidetracked. You said COVID is what really gave you the time to...
Yeah, I mean, I get comfortable in, like, you know, whatever routines and stuff, and that made me, like, it threw everything off, because, like, I was pursuing bodybuilding, and it was like, fuck, that's not happening anymore. And it's like, we don't know when COVID's gonna end, you know. And it's like, I was like, okay, what do I really want to do with my life? And that was always there since I was like 11 years old. So it was like, I think I was too lazy to take the time to really get into it. And so I actually started making instrumentals first, making beats, and then recording over them. And it's like, it's good, because it's like, I made this whole thing on my own, but it wasn't for me. Like, I'd rather record, like, at that time I got to a point where I could maybe make like a beat a day, but then I would record and it would take another couple of days. Or now, like, I have producers that send me beats, and then I can record like 6-7 songs in a day. So it's like, that's more what I wanted to do, was record than anything.
Yeah. Do you still make beats?
Sometimes I'll get a beat and it's like it's missing something, and then so I like add some production to it or whatever. Plus, like, the way a lot of producers work is they send beat packs out. Like, me and Penn have the same producers that send us beats, and so, like, I don't, I'm not gonna go check, like, hey, did anybody record on this beat already, right? Because you don't want to, like, release something or prepare to release something, and then somebody releases on the beat before you, and now it's like, oh, I'm gonna get hit with a copyright.
Oh, interesting.
So, like, whenever I get the chance, it'll, like, I'll switch it up, even if it's just something like changing the tempo of it, like, or if, like, I know, okay, this producer, he sends me beats before he posts them on his store.
Yeah.
So it's like, if the timing's good and I get the email and I'm like, okay, I want these beats, and I just tell them, hey, I'm buying these, and cut it, don't sell it to anybody else. Like, don't let them record, it's mine.
Smart.
So yeah, there's so much to, like, releasing music. It's crazy.
Yeah. So when you say that it took a while and COVID was really what spurred on you having the time to pursue, like, what you actually wanted to do, because the gyms were closed, so it just gave you that time to pursue it. You said that like passion, I think you said, or that you knowing what you want to do, you said it's always been there since you were 11.
Yeah.
What has always been there, and in what way?
I always knew, like, I wasn't normal. And, like, I didn't want a normal life.
Yeah.
And, like, I think I was inspired, I mean, just, like, growing up, like, music, I think my dad bought me, like, my first MP3 player. I was probably younger than it, like, maybe 8 or 9, and he showed me how to, like, download beats, or not download beats, but illegally download music online and stuff.
Yeah.
And I lived there. I wasn't playing outside. It was looking for new songs, from like Linkin Park, Dragon Ball Z mashup videos. Man, I think that was real big for me. And then just it was a different era of hip hop with like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and stuff, to like Riding Dirty with Chameleon Air and all that stuff. And like that was like, for me, that was my childhood. Like,
Yeah.
and I just like every time like I did some chores and got some allowance money, I was like, I'm gonna go buy a CD, or whatever. And I don't know, I was in high school, I think, when Kanye's Beautiful Twisted Fantasy came out, and I think he was playing on that beat machine, and I was like, I could fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to play instruments. I don't know how. Like I could get one of those, and it was always something I wanted to do. Just didn't have the money for it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a big thing, man, not having the money for stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't have the money, then you don't have the time, and then everything you want to do just doesn't happen.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. On whatever end it is, whether it be like a new lighting setup that I want to try, or new this, new that, new mic, new camera, new lens, different prop, this prop, that prop, this location that I would need to rent. Money is huge.
Yeah.
So when you started making beats around COVID time, what was the urge in your head? What were you thinking of? Was it like you were thinking of the people who you grew up listening to and like the artist type of music?
I think that's where it started. 'Cause when I first like learned how to record, I think everybody goes through a phase where they kind of record some sad music, or they record some Drake music, or like,
yeah,
it's like, I there's this thing called autotune and it's so awesome, I could try to sing. And then I feel like everybody goes through that phase at some point. Some people stick with it because it's good and it works, but I kind of started there, and I was like, I loved going to shows, and I did not like sad shows. Like I love energy, like just the crowd like going crazy. Like XXX Tentacion.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, like he had really good sad music, but on the opposite side, it was just the craziest like rock rap, and I was like, I started to lean more towards that side as far as the music, and I was like, that was so much more fun to like record, like just recording craziness. And then being able to perform that kind of stuff. Like I don't want to sing sad songs to a crowd, like
Rx Presley's background matters, but it matters in the context of where does it put him. So what are his aspirations and motivations, and then where is that putting him in a position in life, and where do you think he wants it to put him? Allow him to explain that in some detail. So it's been a few years now. Where do you feel like you're at in your career?
It's early.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a long ways to go, but I think in the next couple years I'll be where I feel like I am. Is the right words? Or like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not quitting it. So like, it's just how fast can I get to where I want to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to another artist one time. He's like, if this doesn't work out by the time I'm like 40, I'm done. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, what? What do you mean if it doesn't work out? Like, you gotta fucking make it work out if this is what you want to do. So, yeah, for me, it's just time. The more time I put in, like, I'm just gonna get there faster.
Yeah. When you think about what goals you have in this, what do you think?
Like, musician wise, my biggest influence is Kanye West. So I'm not stopping till I get to some level like that.
Yeah.
I think non-musician wise would be like my biggest inspiration, just life, have to be Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like, that guy, there's no, like, you can't tell him this is not going to work out. Like, even if it looks horrible, he's made it work out every time.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's gearing up to be like the leader of the world, even if he's not like ever a president or anything. Like, I think eventually the whole world's gonna kind of fall under everything he touches. Like, from everybody's taking, his lead on electric cars. He's the only one that's really gonna probably, explore space or put us on another planet or whatever it is. So like, to be able to have a vision and see it through, like, even to where he is now, like, we all got 70 years maybe, like, I have to come very close to that, like, in my lifetime. That's something like that.
Yeah. Right before you said it, the word popped up into my mind, like, visionary.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he is one. Hate him or love him, I feel like he's a visionary.
Yeah.
Would you like to be a visionary, and do you feel yourself as a visionary?
I see myself as one, but I'm okay if nobody else ever does until, like, I'm gone. Yeah.
How Rx Presley views himself right now, like that, how he said he hopes he's perceived, how he hopes he can act as a visionary and a leader. It wasn't always like that. In this next section, he's going to be talking about what happened to him at the show that led to this monumental change in his life. So this is great, because this is really, like, one of the biggest reasons why I was excited to share this interview with you, is because of how reflective, I don't know if that's a word, how reflective Rx Presley is here. And then he gets into remarking on what it actually means, the impact that you leave behind when you're gone. So it's great. I can't do it enough justice. You're just gonna have to listen to him.
Were you at the that August show?
No, I couldn't be to that one.
That's right. Yeah. So it was, that show happened like 2 weeks. So I had like little, I don't know why it popped in my head. I gotta say this. Like I died last year on July 30th. Whether it was my subconscious, like wanting to die, or maybe I just took too much shit, but so I told the crowd that, and I kind of went into like a little spiel and stuff, and I forgot where the fuck I was going with that. But I think it was after that, like I was like,
it was about being like visionary, and then you said that popped up in your head.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like everybody, like we're all aware of how short our time is on Earth.
Yeah.
And I guess most people, they're okay with just like going through the motions, but when that happened, and I had the chance to like come back, I guess it was like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? Like I didn't leave shit behind, like, and I guess as a kid it was like that's what I wanted, and so like having another chance is like,
yeah,
fucking not every day does the like thought cross my mind before I go to bed, but I try to like, okay, if I don't wake up, am I good? Like,
yeah,
did I do as much as I could today, and yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like, they have things that they want or things that they want to do, and they kind of just let it get buried in the everyday life, and before you know it, you're telling yourself, I'm too old to do it, or it's too late, or I have other responsibilities, and it's like, shit, everybody I don't know, I feel like at some point was like, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be a Superman or whatever it is, and then it's and then you're okay with like, it pays the bills, it's like, shit. And so yeah, that, I guess, yeah. Like, I guess for me, I'd want to leave behind just something for people, like, even if it's just a message, like, just do everything you want, like everything you feel. You start by saying how you really feel, and then start doing what you really feel, because shit, when it's all over, doesn't matter what everybody else thought, like, because I used to be so worried about like, oh, I'm embarrassed to do this, I'm embarrassed to say I like this or whatever, and it's like, what are my parents gonna say, or what is my family gonna say, like, if I pursue being a rapper or whatever it is. And it was like, fuck, when I was dead, it was like all that melted away, and it was like, it's just me that thinks that it really matters. And even then, it's like, maybe they make me feel a certain way about picking paths, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's your life, you got one, and if you don't do everything you want, like, you're gonna regret something.
Yeah. Do you think about the time that you have left here and your impact a lot?
I try to, like, every chance I get, to like, you know, tell people like, you know, that if I appreciate them, actually let them know, you know, like if I actually love them, I let them know, you know, because a lot of, you know, like if I have a disagreement, an argument or whatever, if it's worth fixing, I fix it right there. If it's, you know, something that I really don't want to fix, then it's like, I'm not going to waste time with it.
Yeah.
I'm done, you know, like, and I feel like I feel more rushed now, with everything. Just, I mean, in a good way. Like, if me and Belle fight, it's, I'm not gonna go to bed mad. You know, it's like, hey, we're gonna fucking talk this out right now. You know, whatever it is it something we can fix? Is it me? Is it you?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, because, shit, last thing I want is to, like, leave again with things unsaid, or, like, oh, she's probably really upset now. Like, she didn't, you know, we didn't talk it out, and I'm fucking gone, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel scared to die, do you think?
No. I'm more afraid of not living, I guess. Like, I'm more afraid of not living, like I could die again. Because honestly, dying's not, it was like, we, like, at some point you're at peace, like, this is everything, you know, like, and then, yeah, like, I was in a place where I was just free of everything that ever, like, weighed me down, and then I woke up. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So was it like, what happened? I forget when you said it happened. You said July 30th, I think actually it was.
Yeah.
Was that year. Was it like, you said you weren't sure, was it like an ego death, or was it like a physical, like, heart stopped, or do you know?
Yeah, by, like, I guess respiratory arrest, just pills and bad mix of stuff, and she did the right thing. Yeah, fucking all of it. I was tubed, fucking everything. I woke up. Maybe I'm a little bit brain dead. I don't know. I might have lost some, but I don't, like, I just remember it was like, it's weird that, like, I can remember it because I feel like I shouldn't be able to. But yeah, you're just, like, kind of in a nothingness, facing yourself, like, just your mind.
Damn.
Like, everything that you were living with, holding in, hiding, like, it all becomes truth. Everything, you know, that people said, you know, like, when you talk to somebody and your gut just knows they're lying to your face, and then you're like, but you accept the, like, what they say, like, you, like, all those, like, random thoughts that start, like, flowing, just, it's like that gut, the feeling, like, that's all the truth. And then, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, because it's, I wouldn't say it was like heaven or hell. It was just nothing.
Damn. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, shit, my bad. I didn't mean to kill, like, the vibe or anything.
No, I mean, I appreciate you being open and honest and, like, authentic.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, me too.
What you said about like having another chance. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like that can give you. I mean, I don't know what that's like, but I feel like the perspective that probably gave you.
yeah. It was I mean, just everything. Like when you get up, it's like shit. Everything's still here, and like if I was just make amends, with everything.
Yeah.
Any hate that I felt towards my parents for any reason, fucking squashed it within the next day. Like I was just,
Damn.
it was so weird. Yeah, and I like that's my like if I can like inspire people to not have to die with that, like any regrets, like fuck, that would be like my ultimate, I guess, what I want to leave behind.
Damn.
Cause yeah, I'm lucky I got to go back and tell everybody, how I thought about everything. Just come to truths, or
I think this next section is where RX Presley really starts to be able to kind of open up and reveal his character and personality the most, because pretty much every time that I talk with him, with RX Presley, it's something along the lines of this, where he's very focused because of what's happened on living in the moment, not having regrets, and taking every day in stride, whether it's the lows or the highs, just living in the moment.
like, I don't take life seriously, like I have fun. But like moments like that, it's like there's like this, I don't know, we hold so many things in, right? Like whether it's we act a certain way around certain people, or like we try to maintain relationships with people who can't even be ourselves in front of, like be who we really are. And it's like, why do I waste so much time trying to impress or like not be judged by these people? I don't really care what they think, like why am I trying so hard to like maintain certain relationships and everything? And then I realized like I had something fucking real too, and that was huge for me, because I lived like, everybody in my life was replaceable, and vice versa. And I guess when you go through something like that, it's like, hey, shit, the ones that aren't replaceable, you better make sure that they know, like whether I was treating her a certain way because like maybe I was afraid of losing her or whatever it was, but it's like, shit, why? There's so many like whys that get answered. Like, why do I do that? Why do I do this to people? Why do I do this to myself? And it's like, it's just all the answers are there.
Damn.
Yeah. So like I went, even from that time, it was like I wasn't putting everything into everything I was doing. It's like I'm kind of making music on the side, kind of, just lying to myself like it's okay if it doesn't go how I expected it to, whatever, or telling people like, yeah, it's just something I'm doing on the side, or I'm doing for fun, it's like, but it honestly was like, that's what I want to do with my life, but like I guess it was more comfortable for me to kind of half-ass it and tell people I didn't really care about it, you know, when it's like, you know, this is actually what I actually wanted to do, you know, like for most of my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Damn.
Sorry, this is like...
That was really insightful. I feel like that sounds like... I mean, damn. Like, I wish I could get the...
Yeah, it's...
the perspective.
Yeah, shit. My bad. My bad, everybody watching. I hope you're still there and
No,
still
that
good.
was super insightful. I feel like, I mean, everything you're saying is like I completely get.
Yeah.
But I know that just listening to you, I know that I have not had the perspective to feel the way you do, to where you can like enact.
Yeah.
I can tell that I don't have that perspective, you know? That I feel like that type of situation gave you. Do you feel like...
Well, I don't want you to like try to die and feel it, you
yeah,
know, like
I hope
that's my goal is not to get people to like, hey, everybody go die like I did and come back. Yeah, don't
an
try
actual
that.
death experience and then come back. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane. That really is like a miracle to where you could get that perspective. That's 1 in a million.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I've been around people, you know, like older people and stuff that, you know, CPR, they come back and then they talk to you and they tell you all this stuff, and it's like, I get what you're saying, but like I don't feel it, you know, and it's like, okay, now I know, you know, like, yeah, it's,
I guess for me it comes from a place of not really being able to emotionally comprehend how like fleeting life is.
yeah,
You know, because none of my like close family has passed on. And I haven't had I haven't like been resuscitated, brought back, or had a near-death experience like that.
see, I didn't even like, people in my family like didn't even know that it happened when it did. She was, you know, we had got married that year, you know, so like she's like the emergency contact, she's, you know, the only person, and so I didn't tell anybody that I didn't have to, or like that didn't, you know, get notified. It was just, and then finally it was like, I mean, even like when I went to go and make amends, I don't want to, because the people like, they treat you differently, right? When they're like, oh, you got a problem, and then like, now I'm just a pity party, you know? And it's like, no, I'm not coming here to make amends because like I'm a drug abuser, you know, or whatever. Like, I did bad things. I'm going to make amends because I don't want to live with this in my heart anymore, you know? So I held that in for like just that part of it. And then I just, you know, talked to everybody like I was me, and let it come out way later when like I knew I was okay.
Yeah.
So then nobody could like treat me like, you know, text me because, oh, he's having problems, you know, like I don't want you to come around just because like, you know, things aren't good, you know? So
how much of a change in your perspective did that situation bring on? Like, were you already the type of person who thought about that? Like,
to a degree, I would say, I mean, with like somebody like Kanye West being like my biggest inspiration, there's a degree of saying what I wanted to say and pursuing, you know, what I wanted because I saw somebody do it, you know. And then but I guess it was the difference between like hearing or learning about something and then actually like knowing. Like it became like a knowing in me, like a truth, I guess. Like this is how I'm gonna, this is my life now. Yeah.
Interesting.
Instead of like, this is something I'm gonna do with my life, it's like, no, this is my fucking life.
Yeah. So what do you feel like in life now do you value the most?
Belle.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know it at the time, but she's like, it's so key to just have even just one person that lets you be you. Like, because we put on, I mean, we're, somebody else said it before, so something like it's just a quote, but like we're all just unpaid actors. Like we're acting for other people, right? We're acting a certain way around other people our whole lives, and then, you know, if you got that one person that like lets you actually not act, you know, like be who you are, say what you want, like, and even then, like, you know, everybody kind of has their limits, but it's so key to like have people in your life that I guess can see you for you versus like who they want you to be or who they think you should be, and they're trying to like, I don't know, like you're that lamp and everybody's just putting their thumbprint in you to shape you into something, you know, like,
Yeah.
when it's like, fuck, this is my life, you know, like, why am I letting everybody else mold me into what they want because it makes them comfortable, or because for whatever reason, right? Because
Yeah.
like, I mean, I was never like the ideal kid, you know. I gave my parents so much fucking trouble. Everything they wanted me to do, I did the opposite. You know, like, it's just anything that they could have possibly not wanted me to do, I somehow found a way to do it. And I don't know, I feel like if that's in you, fuck, you gotta just do it and then figure it out on your own. I think that's how everybody should live life. Just like, if like, I don't know, I feel like everybody kind of has like rebellious nature in them. There's chaos, you know, like everybody wants to break rules, and most people are too afraid to. But shit, if you want to get the most out of life, have the most fun, you know, say never have any regrets at the end, you're gonna have to break a lot of rules.
Yeah.
And like, if you're, you know, you got to live with the consequences and whatnot, like depending on what rules you're gonna break. But shit, I don't know, I'm just flowing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you feel happy on the path that you're on?
Like, I didn't even know what happy was until it was like, I get to do what I want to do, and I'm gonna do it, and like, just like, I know where I want, like, I don't know, it's hard to say. I love life though, like
Yeah.
every part of it, the shitty parts, the pain, the fun, the all of it. Like, I just want to feel all of it, you know.
Yeah. So, making music, how does that play into how you feel and making you happy?
I feel like we think twice before we do things, before we say things. And with music, I don't. Like, if I feel like saying anything, like if it comes to my head, I'm gonna say it, you know. And I'd rather do it and then realize I was wrong and apologize after than like overthink and not do anything at all.
Yeah.
Because I that's like my biggest demon is myself. Like, at least I mean, it still is. Like, I constantly second guess. And with music, it's like you just kind of just feel. And I think, yeah, it's like just freedom. Like, freedom, not as in like patriotism or whatever, but like freedom to just think and feel and do. Like, that's, to me, that's happiness. That's like to just not worry about what somebody else is gonna say or not care anymore, I guess. Because fuck, take life so seriously and then it's all over, you know. Like, it's like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I still, like, you know, I know what I gotta do to you know, invest and everything, make progress. But shit, if you're not having fun doing that too, like, I don't know, make it fun.
Yeah.
Like, I used to want to move off the island, and shit, I didn't realize how fucking beautiful it was, you know, like, just everything. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, I think everybody wants something else, and we're constantly thinking the happiness is over here. If I just get here, I'll be happy. If I just, you know, once I save this much money, or once I buy this house, or if I got that car, you know, I'll be happy. And then it's like, shit, you just, like, you never be happy chasing stuff. You gotta be like, just happy, you know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, just, life has its ups and downs, and it's a roller coaster, and you gotta have fun, like, on the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
Or enjoy it, just knowing that, you know, like, oh, my fucking stomach hurts, we're flying down so fast, but I'm gonna be so high pretty soon again, you know. Like, it's just knowing that. And then, like, when it's like really fucking good, just like, I know this won't last forever, but just being happy with that too. Just, I don't know, just enjoying all of it. Like, I guess what I was saying earlier with, like, the music, like, I enjoy the process of making it more than the finished product. Like, it's just the ride of doing it, I guess. Like, I don't really care. I mean, I do care, like, how far it reaches and stuff, or just any part of me, whether it's a clip from this interview, a lyric from a song, some random thing somebody sent themselves from one of like the vlogs I've done before, you know, like I kind of like I know at some point like it's gonna reach far, you know, like I'll be like out there, but shit, if I used to think so much about making music, like, oh, I should change that line, like that's doesn't feel right, it doesn't sound good, and it's like, I don't know, it kills the creative and it takes the life out of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like doing music helped me with living too, like just like when I had to teach myself to like stop second guessing like the music, and I was like, stop second guessing life, stop half-assing this, stop, you know, just everything. Yeah, I don't know. Life is like I don't even like, I know I have like nothing figured out, but it's just fun. You gotta enjoy all of it. Yeah, whatever it is.
All right, I'm gonna switch the batteries real quick, and then we'll jump back into it.
My bad. I didn't honestly know where.
This next section's pretty similar to the last one in that Rx Presley's sharing his kind of thoughts and advice on how to live to be happy. That'll come in the form of dealing with expectations, your goals, your growth, and your attitude, but I'm not gonna be able to say it better than him. Authentic, you know, in like sharing.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Honestly, man, like I can't live I don't want to be fake. Cuz then it's so hard to maintain that.
Yeah.
Like if you tell, you know, like, you know, if there's like an image I say it in the last song I put out, but there's a line there that says, fuck my image, I don't got no lie to maintain. Because it's like everybody thinks that they have to have like this image, or they have this picture in their head, like this is my image. But if you can't fucking maintain that image, then that's not your image, you know, like it's not you. And so I don't know, for me it's like, fuck, if somebody sees me out with, you know, slippers and a hole in my shirt, like I'm not gonna be embarrassed, you know. Yeah, I mean, I've had nothing at a point in my life, so I don't know, like if I sum for some really bad decision of mine and I end up there again, like I'm not gonna be ashamed. It's like, fuck, I did it to myself, you know. Yeah, here I am back in a shelter or whatever. I don't know. I feel like everything, like everybody's just trying to like prop themselves up a little bit higher, and it's like, fuck, if you can't maintain that, like just stop, you know. Just, I don't know, I'm just rambling random shit, honestly.
Yeah. So earlier you mentioned something that made me curious. How would you, and you were jokingly like, I don't suggest anybody die, you know, to get that perspective. But, and then a bit later on you were talking about just like
how you suggest what to do to be happy. What do you think?
I feel like happiness is maybe it's different for everybody. But I guess, I mean, it's something everybody's gotta kind of put some thought into, like some sit in a room in silence thought, maybe, like whether it's meditate or writing or whatever it is that lets you, you know, like be honest with yourself about where you are and what you want to do. And then when you have the honest answer of like, this is what I want to do, not like my parents, you know, said I should do this, or my girlfriend said she, you know, when I told her I was gonna do this for like pursue this, she was happy, but it's not actually what I wanted to do. A lot of people, they kind of, I don't know, limit themselves, I guess, to please everybody else. And for me, like, happiness is just like knowing where I'm going, and whatever happens along the way, like, it's gonna be fucking good, because that's where I'm going, you know, like,
Yeah.
We had a ridiculous talk the other night about like anxiety and depression. How, I don't remember who the podcast, I don't know if it was Lex Friedman or Huberman, talking about like that fear from when we were like the hunter-gatherer caveman, of like not knowing if we're gonna survive till tomorrow. Like, we gotta find that food and all that, like that still exists in us. And if we're not like, you know, going out and like doing things, like that fear gets put into other places. Like, we're so comfortable that we know we're gonna make it till tomorrow that we get anxious about it. And it's like, shit, why am I so worried about the future when, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I feel like nobody lives in the present. We're so, either we're upset about something that happened yesterday or in the past, and we're like living with that, or we're so afraid of, you know, the next month or next week or tomorrow. Like, we can't enjoy like right here, like,
Yeah.
just this, whatever it is, wherever you are, like, to just enjoy it. Like, I'm happy, I'm like here and I'm expressing myself, like, it feels good. Like, I don't feel like you're judging me, you know, like, and even if you are, like, I honestly don't feel like you are, so
Yeah, I'm not.
I think that's why,
For the record, I'm not.
but I think that's why, like, yeah, I'm enjoying it that much more. I
Yeah.
just, you know, I think that's what it is. Like, I don't have to impress anybody right now. You
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
I don't have to be on my good behavior for anybody right now.
Yeah.
I don't have to be careful about what I say. So whatever you have to do to get to that, I feel like, for me at least in life, to have those moments as much as possible.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to, whether it's to be around the right people, or if it's by yourself that you're happiest, then You know, stop letting people tell you you have to like be around other people to make you happy. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say where happiness comes from. It's just, I used to be so worried about life and what I was doing with it, and like, oh, by this time, you know, it's like, oh, I had a house, a career, you know, I'm doing it, I'm hitting all the benchmarks that everybody expects of me. It's like, but I'm not fucking happy. You know, we just got married in Paris, and 6 months later I'm fucking you know, like,
Yeah.
drugging myself to an overdose, you know, like, had everything that like people expected of me, and I guess I felt like I was meeting everybody's expectations in life, but not mine, you know. And people always wonder, you know, oh, why did they, you know, what happened, you know, why did they hurt themselves or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I think our biggest pressures in life come from the people closest to us, and they think it's from a place of love, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. But like I kind of freed myself from it all. Just making amends with whoever I felt like, whoever I allowed to have some form of control over me, whatever, for whatever reason, even if they didn't think, you know, like they didn't even realize they did or they had an effect on me. But I was like, just gonna clear it up and, you know, be good and be happy. And, you know, if it means parting ways, then we part ways. Cause yeah, I don't like living with that feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like it took a lot of work for me to begin to get to the point where I was able to kind of put myself first in my own life and like look at it and be like, okay, me pursuing what I want to pursue in spite of like what I feel like the people who have expectations for me, in spite of those, you know, maybe they aren't in line with those.
yeah.
Like getting to that point, I feel like that was a hard step for me. But then once I did, it was like, oh, okay. I feel like a lot of the expectations were only in my mind.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. You put it into better words. Like, yeah, all the expectations are ours, whether it's what we think other people expect of us or, you know, I made a joke to my dad because like we're super good terms now, and he made a joke and he was like, oh, my sons, I'm proud of you, kind of, or something like that, or I forget what he said, but my immediate response was, oh, well, the problem was that you had expectations of us. And he kind of laughed it off, but yeah, nothing goes as expected. People will always let you down, you know, like nobody shares the same passions, I feel like, as you. There's gonna be, you should surround yourself with people who have the same passion or amount of passion towards things, but nobody has the exact same passions as you, and so to expect them to, you know, I guess the picture in my head that I'm thinking of is like I paid somebody to edit a video and I realized I could have did it better on myself, on my own, and I couldn't be upset with them. It's just the vision is different, and
Yeah.
I don't, as much as possible, like I don't want to. So like I just gotta let go of all the expectations you have of everything, and then you'll never be let down, and you'll never be upset. Like I came to this interview having no expectation of where it was gonna go or anything. I just knew like you're easy to talk to, so it's gonna be good. Like, and yeah, I said probably a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about a lot more than I do with 99% of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good feeling to be able to like not just talk about like I don't watch sports. I don't know what the weather is gonna be tomorrow. I don't fucking I don't watch TV. I mean, we watch movies once in a while, but it's like I feel like that conversation is just so like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like
I mean, there's not too
skin
many.
deep.
Yeah.
If
I feel like
even-
there's not too many situations in life where it's like it's normal to have the time and then the location where you can talk about the stuff in depth more,
Yeah.
And that's why I like this, because it's like you can sit down and just have a real genuine conversation between two people. And then the great part is really what I hope is, because it's the designated time and place for conversations like this,
Yeah.
you can get those, and you can get them like, I don't know. My hope is that people like listening to this, they can take part of it, because it's like whoever's listening to this probably doesn't have the resources, time, people to be able to have conversations like this too,
Yeah. And honestly, I listen to a decent amount of podcasts, and I love hearing conversation that's deeper, like,
Yeah.
because it makes you think about, like, you start to relate things to
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
or you start to realize things. And I feel like for the advancement of personal development to like humanity, to the world, like people need to have like open conversation as much as possible.
Yeah.
They need to feel free to like do this, to express themselves, even if it's not in front of a camera or on a mic, but like to just be able to talk to whoever they're around, like with honesty, and like I don't know, like
Yeah.
big with me and her, like we try to do it once a week. We'll just sit down and talk, about everything from feelings to whatever comes out, but like genuine conversation, not just like how was your day, whatever, did you see that post on Instagram, oh, did you see the memes of Kanye West from last night's show, stuff like that. And it's like, like actual real, like, how are we doing, how are you feeling, where are you headed,
Yeah.
because I feel like just we can do so much more with ourselves if, when we're not like on the best like honesty level, fuck, we could just sit, binge watch 6 episodes of something on TV, and like now that I don't even know the last time the TV's been turned on. Like we could sit for 6 hours just talking, whether it's
Yeah.
about the past, the future, the whatever it is. And I feel like it helps. I know it helps me like realize things, talking things out. Like, I'm gonna watch this again, you know, and just, I don't like to say analyze, but it's
Yeah.
nice to like feel things another time, you know, if you have the
Yeah.
chance to. Like, it's like watching a home movie, you know, like from when you were a kid. It's like, oh, I remember, and you kind of go back to that feeling, and it's like,
Yeah.
I remember that, you know, like, because there's so much, like I go through, like, you know, the ups and downs, and when I feel like I've been down for a while, you know, it's, you just gotta go back to something, some memory, you know, like, oh, that's where I was, this is where I am now, it's actually really good, you know. And even if it's, oh, it was better then, it's like, you know, you just relive something that you're like, fuck, I'm fucking happy I got to do that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, with my life, like, I'm, you know, yeah. I do my best, like, to not dwell in any emotional state, but like try to feel it completely through, and just, yeah, I don't want to like numb myself anymore, I guess.
Do you have any like advice on steps to how to help someone kind of be grateful like that and be able to be in the moment?
You know, I don't know, like, you gotta appreciate everything you have, even if it's less than the person that you're comparing yourself to. I mean, there's been so many points in my life where, like, I hate this place that I'm at right now. I hate this feeling, whatever it is. Like, I don't like where I'm at in life. And, like, I still feel like that because I'm, like, I feel like I'm in a hurry to get to where I you know, where I want to be. But, like, I guess it's, like, such a zoomed in, when you like zoom in like so long on a feeling, you just gotta like zoom out and, like, I don't know, appreciate just everything that you do have. I mean, even when you think you have nothing, there's a lot that you do have, you know. Yeah, I think that's the biggest, like, just, and I don't ever like want people to be like, oh, you know, there's somebody out there with less than you, because, like, physical things are just physical things, you know. But yeah, I don't know, like, it could be worse, you know. Whatever you're feeling down, it's like, wherever you're going in life, or whatever you are now, like, it took everything to get there, you know. Every moment, you know, if you regret anything in your life, just know you would not have what you have right now if it wasn't for everything that happened. Like, whether it's losing somebody, whether it's feeling the regret of not telling them how you felt, you know, before they passed on, whether it's having to forgive people for things that you know, you hold against them. Just know that, like, you wouldn't be where you are. You wouldn't, I mean, if it wasn't for all of it, the good stuff and the bad stuff. And then just knowing that there's gonna be more good stuff and more bad stuff forever, you know, and you can't avoid the bad stuff, Because if you avoid the bad stuff, you're gonna miss out on good stuff too. Like, if I choose to live like a safe and easy life, I'm gonna miss out on fun and, you know, like, I'd invest a lot into like the art, the music, traveling, whatever it is, because it's what I want to do, you know. And if I make a bad investment or whatever it is and it doesn't work out, like, I don't know, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Whatever you think your goals are, you gotta go after them. Whatever level of anything you want to achieve in any field in your life, you gotta fucking go and get it. Do everything you have to do. If it means breaking some rules, break some fucking rules, you know. Like, I think Elon Musk said in an interview, the only laws that he's governed by are the laws of physics and like the laws of the universe. Everything else is like, is taking the risk worth what I'm gonna achieve in the end. And
Yeah.
I won't lie, I've been in trouble. You know, but shit, if you want the most out of the life, you gotta bend some rules sometimes. Just don't hurt people, because you gotta live with that. And even if you think you're gonna be okay with it, fuck, it's pretty hard. I think that's the main thing. Just fucking don't hurt other people. Break all the other rules. And yeah, just fucking pursue what you want. Like you can't fucking be stopped by anything. Like, and at some point you're gonna just get to a level where like people think it's magic or talent or whatever. But Steph Curry used to shoot. I don't watch sports, but I know he used to shoot for like 8 hours a day, shooting three-pointers from all over the fucking court. And that's how he got good at it, you know. It's not talent. I mean, there's talent, but he defied like all the rules of basketball. He was short, you know. He wasn't doing layups. He wasn't dunking. He was, you know. So there's nothing that's gonna stop you if you are like set. Like, if you really want something, don't let anything stop you. Time, the more time you put in, you know.
Rx Presley has these recommendations for how to kind of be happy, live authentically, like you've heard. But every piece of advice comes with the caveat of doing is harder than saying. So this next section, Rx Presley, he goes into a little bit of why it's hard for him to do, but his strategies to kind of overcoming it. And spoiler, it's dealing with ADD is a big part of it. After that, it's going to be us wrapping up the conversation and then saying bye. Here you go.
Yeah. You've mentioned a couple times that you have ADD. Does that make it difficult for you to ever like sit down and think, or sit down and like do what you need to do, be present.
I find ways to work with it. I think that's why recording helps me, because it just, like, if you look at, I mean, if you were to like pick apart the lyrics of a song, there's obviously ADD there. I mean, there's times when like I can actually like really focus on an emotion and like tell a story, and like I like that too. And whatever comes out, like both sides of it. I have pure chaotic nothingness songs, and then I have like stories and but as far as like day-to-day life stuff, constant, my calendar has notes, my notepad to-do list has notes.
Yeah,
I set
have
alarms.
tons of to-do notes. And oh my god, so many alarms.
Like, yeah, you could scroll through the fucking alarms I have set because I'm too lazy to delete them until one day I'm like, okay, delete all these. Like, what is 6:13 p.m.? What the fuck is that? Like, there's no note on it. Like, what is this even for? But
I stopped deleting mine like a couple of years back, all my alarms, and then it became like kind of like a ritual for me, to where now every alarm I set, I'll have one alarm for every like minute, you know?
Yeah.
And then I've never deleted one for the past like year and a half, 2 years. And eventually I want to get to where every minute of the day has an alarm. But I have
you never know, you know,
Yeah.
like it might be 5:43 and you're like, I'm going to take an exact 22-minute nap.
Exactly, that's how it
Like,
goes.
20 minutes isn't enough. 30 is too long. 22 minutes, that's what I'm going to do. And you
Mine's
have that alarm
odd
there.
numbers. Odd numbers are perfect.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, all right, 30 is not right. So, but like 31, that's
Yeah.
the perfect amount of sleep.
Either you go over it or just under.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I'm surprised I was only a few minutes late to this because my judgment with time is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the exact same way. Yeah.
Like, I told her we're gonna leave at 5:30, and it's 5:30, and I was like, shit, where's my shoes? What? I gotta brush my teeth. I'm like, fuck. But
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has ADD. They just, I feel bad that I fucking had to put a name on it, and like now it's like I have a problem. I feel like everybody lives with like a bit of that, you know?
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot more common now with especially like Reels, TikTok,
Oh.
short form stuff.
Yeah, like we just consume,
Yeah.
and we like, I like, you know, like when I made my X account, it was like, what do you want to see? And it was like, pick 5 things, and it's like, under entertainment there's a list of things to pick, under music there's a list, you know, it's like under sports, under, and then there's like random ones, it's like Joe Rogan, you know, like,
Yeah.
wait, there's music, hip-hop, dance, you know, entertainment, sports, celebrities, American, and then there's Joe Rogan. It's like, Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
But
I mean, we're kind of trained to have it because now with smartphones on us 24/7, it's our brains are just switching directions by
All the
like
time.
our brains are forced to switch directions every other second, you know?
Yeah.
1 second you're on a phone call, then you get a notification on something you got to check, then you have something on work you got to do,
Yeah.
all in the span of a minute on your phone, whereas it used to just be like, you're at work and
yeah,
you work
fucking-
and then read a book or go to the movies.
I know, I think like back to like when times were simpler, like when maybe the telephone was first invented, and it's like you go to work in the morning, nobody's calling to check up on you, and then you come home, you know, like nobody's asking you while you're at work, like, what are you doing? You know, what's
Yeah.
how's your day going? No offense. You know, I live on do not disturb, for the sake of my ADD, I guess. She's the only texts or calls that I allow to disturb me.
Yeah.
So that's the only one that's like, I guess there's a bypass or whatever that you can set. But other than that, fuck, there's nothing that's that important. I have to see it or do it right now, or I have to respond to. Like, there's no reason why I can't wait until I sit down at lunch, or sit down to eat dinner, whenever that is, you know. I try to go through like all my not all of them, but mainly like texts and phone calls and DMs like before 9 p.m. So then if there was something important, it's hopefully before somebody goes to bed. But other than that, like, shit, everybody can wait.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't mind waiting. You know, if I send a text, like, if you respond really fast, like, there's a high chance I probably won't even get back. So it's like,
I do the
I
same
don't
thing.
mind if
Yeah.
nobody responds to me till tonight or tomorrow morning, or
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, if there's something I've been procrastinating on, then I finally like sit down. I'm like, all right, I gotta deal with these notifications. And I respond, and then I'm dealing with something else, and they respond again. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
I was not planning on that.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Or like, my biggest mistake is I don't like to write like a whole paragraph, but if I don't write the whole paragraph and I send like one text and I'm gonna send another one, and I see the dots pop up, I'm like, oh fuck, get out of here. I don't want them to see that I seen it if they hit send, you know, like.
That's funny.
And it's not like a social anxiety, it's more like I devoted time to get through everything, and then this is happening too fast. Like,
yeah.
hit the email. I only respond like business hours from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and fucking.
Especially doing all this, music videos, podcast, the editing, that mixed with a 9 to 5, like work hours and personal hours, like those don't really exist anymore. It's all blurred, which I hate.
Yeah.
I hate so much, you know, because it's like then that interferes with my ability to kind of like recharge and get into like, because then I'm if I'm split between multiple things, I'm not able to give 100 to anything, you know.
Yep.
And it's tough.
Yep. That's like a big key right there to everything, is you gotta like dedicate the time. Like, yeah, I totally understand, because I used to try to like edit my own music videos, and like I'm still sitting on like 3, because the worst thing about, I love Apple and Mac, but when that text pops up on my fucking computer, it's like, oh fuck, I wish I didn't see that. You know,
that's
like,
terrible.
Yeah,
that's
because it shares between the phone and then the watch, the computer.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
And
I would not like that.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to, like I was really good. Like things are moving. I had momentum, and then I stopped because I read a text, and it took my brain. It derailed it. And you know how hard it is to build that momentum up again. Yeah, like.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, because it's nice. Like, for me to be able to, cause I work in there. It's nice to just be able to like take my phone, put it in there charging, and then close the door. Entirely different room. It's just I'm dedicated to it. But yeah, that would fuck me up. Yeah. Yeesh.
So yeah, fuck. That's super. Like, having dedicated places, because a
Yeah.
lot of times, like, I don't know, you go from, like, I used to go from the TV to, okay, it's bedtime, and now I'm on this screen watching more videos, and it's like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, like, so if it's like, hey, if this is my schedule, like, unless it's absolutely necessary, I try not to, like, deviate from it.
Yeah.
Now, if it's like music, you know, I'll lose. I don't like. I pick that over sleep any day. You know, like, if it's like, you know, anything else, like the day-to-day, like, stuff I have to do. Nope, this is my scheduled time. I'm not gonna let that interfere, you know, with other things.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap it up here.
It's a long
It's
one.
been great talking to you, man.
No, I appreciate it. Fuck,
Everything.
We should do this again.
Yeah. So the last two things. First, I forget which order I've been saying them recently. First, if you had any final words to leave our audience with today, what would you leave them with?
I'm super bad at wrapping things up. If you listen to my music, it just kind of cuts. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny, I had, like, some ideas of, like, what I wanted to talk about. You know, like, not like scripted answers, but it's like, I'll make sure I mention this, you know, and it's like, you know, I don't know why I did that. You know, like, why did I, like, as even when I said earlier, don't have expectations, like, I set some expectations, like, so I don't want to even go into those thoughts. Like, I'm really happy with just where it went, even if I look back and, like, the question you asked me, my answer has nothing to do with it. Like, I'm just glad I was able to say what I felt, and you know, just from an honest place. And yeah, I don't know, next year's gonna be good though. I'm sitting on, like, a 3-album run right now. Like, it's kind of planned out already. So
Damn.
Just like the world. So it's gonna go, fuck, if it doesn't go how I say, because I changed my mind, but as of right now, it's gonna go the Holy War album, the Civil War album, and possibly Cold War or World War 3. Like, that's the next 3 album themes and titles. It's actually kind of fun to record that way, because there's songs I'm like, this is for Holy War, this is for Civil War, you know, and then this is, I don't know what to do with this. I don't even know what the third album is, but it's that. Yeah, just a lot more laser focused. And yeah, it's gonna, the next couple years are gonna be good. Yeah, it should be showing up in a lot more news feeds and shit. So yeah. Did Penicillin mention anything? I don't want to fucking ruin anything. We got some, like,
off the top of my head, I can't remember any. I can't remember future work he talked about. How much he revealed on camera and then off camera.
Well, I've been pretty open about it. Like, my he's honestly like my favorite artist. Like we end up on the same beats with the same producers. Like he's consistent
Yeah.
Putting music out or doing videos, and every time he like does something, I'm like, oh man, that's like, it sounds new, you know, or like, fuck, I gotta put out a song too, or like I need to get a video, you know, like
Yeah.
he's Googleable now. I'm like, fuck, that's what I was like. That was like my next goal, I guess, like artist wise, is that I'm Googleable enough,
Yeah.
that like I can get a Wikipedia and a real blue check
Yeah.
without paying somebody to do it for me or whatever it is, or uploading like my social security number to Instagram, because I don't like that. Yeah, like I guess that's like the closest goal right now, is those steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But fuck, man, like I had a really good time talking, so
Yeah, it's great.
we should like, I don't know how often, but we should like make this like a thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, like just, I don't know. Honestly, I forgot where that answer started.
Well, man, we appreciate the time. Second last thing. For anybody who may be driving right now or can't be on the phone, can't click on the links in the description, could you say all your like social media handles and everywhere to find you out loud?
On Instagram, it's rx.presley. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Rx Presley on like SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, and then if you just like look around on streaming, I kind of have fun, so like when I'm not done with a song, I send like snippets out to like random like underground pages, and there's one that actually publishes those snippets. Yeah, so I mean, some of my like, I wouldn't even call it a leak because I'm doing it, you know. Like, but yeah, stuff gets leaked out on purpose, just for exposure. And if other guys want to like get some streams off of it, that's okay, because they know like, hey, I finished the song, I'm gonna publish it, take it down, or like it's gonna get copyrighted. So they're pretty cool about that. But yeah, it should be a lot more easy to find, yeah, as the time goes on. This time next year it should be a lot easier.
Hell yeah. Happy to hear it, man. One thing I forgot to shout out at the beginning, but RX gave me this shirt, which is dope. I forget what it says. All drugs I do are safe. And disclaimer, I don't do any drugs. I don't. For anybody listening to this, I don't do any drugs, never have. Period.
Yeah.
And then on the back, it says what? World?
New World Order.
New World Order with the
RX.
Yeah.
RX logo.
Let me see if I
So I mean, it's only fitting to put out a shirt. I think you got to squat. Kinda, yeah.
So thank you for that. Are you selling these?
Not
Or
that
no?
one. The one that has just a regular S. So that one was made specifically for people that bought tickets for me personally on
Yeah.
the Storm tour when I went up to Seattle. Because of the venue changes and stuff,
Yeah.
I couldn't give them out to everybody. So, I mean, it's not a 101, but it's like a 1 of 8. So
Get fucked.
and
Limited edition.
like, you cannot, yeah, you can't buy that one. So
But you can buy it.
yeah, you could buy the
regular
original.
S right there. Regular S instead of the Storm one.
Yeah.
So go check that out. All his links are going to be in the description, everywhere. And yeah, thank you so much for your time today, man.
No, thank you.
I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
It's
No,
been
thank
great.
you. Like, yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Just to talk. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Stay safe. Stay happy. Drink water. All that good stuff, everybody. If you made it this far, thank you. Appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. Drink more water.
Yeah, facts. Catch you next time. All right, bet. And that's a wrap. Hell yeah, man.
Thank
That was
you.
awesome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, let me save.
If you made it this far, that's crazy, and I appreciate you sticking here. Now, I can't stress enough how much it'll help if you're able to head to the links for Rx Presley and just give his music a listen to. That support means more than you could know. If you liked this type of conversation that he gave and the insights and his view on life, somebody with similar perspectives on kind of the impact you're leaving on your community and like being a visionary is Mecca Royal. This is going to be on the screen now. I can't suggest enough how much you watch that one because of how it relates here, and hearing a similar message from a different person.